fearless pioneer.
Yo, what's going on guys? EJ here, bringing another Lotr Rise To War video. Today guys, we're going to be talking about Falgin. I've been testing him out in PvP and that, he's doing really well. We're going to go over some build guides and that with him, some gearing and such like that. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? So if we go into my commander ranks here, we can see my Falgin level 41 here. Now this gear here is not what I was using. I was doing some tests before earlier about increasing his actual defense for his R5 skill, but I changed my mind against it. So I did want to just show you like an idea of when you put gear on 4 commander defense points with his R5 skill Thrain's guards, it really boosts it up an absolute lot. Like even with this gear here, I was getting nearly like 50% damage reduction. But remember, it only, a good thing that Ombra pointed out to me, you only can have 90% damage reduction. So if you're already running a damage reduction commander like Gandalf the White or someone like that, there's only to a point where he can be used. So I'm going to be using a different build on him, which I'll show you right now. I'm not going to put the gear actually on him just because I've got him in active battles and that at the moment. But I was using my gear with the Reckoning, which gives command of plus 120 with unit attack of 9 and unit defense of 45. So basically I use my full unit defense gear. You'll see it in my battle reports and that in a moment or so. So I've got the High Elf Ryberg, the same thing, unit defense. And I'm going to be using him as my tank with Swan Knights and that. And he does quite good. Like he's up in the ranks there. Like he does as well as my Isildur. Probably not as good as Frodo, but up there, doing pretty well. And then of course we use the cask there. And then for the accessory, I was using the Silver Harp of Rivendell. But yeah, you'll see all that in a moment. So he's going to be super tanky and stuff like that, but you can go this route. I'll quickly just talk about his relic. The Hardy Buckler, it can be very, very good. I don't have it. I've seen a couple of people have it, and the Adventurer's Determination is really good. It reduces damage received by this formation's melee units by 1%, increases damage dealt by formation's range units by 1%, and the above effects gain 1% each for allied dwarf unit present up to 3 stacks, which you will be using a bunch of 3 other dwarves on your formation. And yeah, it really works really good. Now the big thing is, when it comes to skilling, I didn't know this, but I was told by a member of my team, Shojix, that you want to do the tier 1 first, Ered Luin, before you do Thrain's Guard, because you're actually going to get like an extra like 20 defense before your effect comes in, where you're going to get the damage reduction in that. I don't know the entirety of it, but basically that's just how it works. So if you're going to be skilling him, you want to do Ered Luin first, maxed out, and then Thrain Guards. And then the rest into Musician. You don't need damage dealing because he's a complete tank, and you're going to be using your damage dealing commanders in the same formation, which you'll see my formation in a moment when we get into the battle reports. And yeah, any other spare points in that, you can throw onto the power of the Bloodline, and it will give attack and defense of dwarves. It doesn't work in my case because I'm using Swan Knights, but if you're using like a really strong defensive like dwarf unit like the Guardians for example, it will help a bit better there. So yeah, that's basically how we got him set up. Alright, now let's go into my battle reports. I used him quite a bit the other day and got quite a few reports with him and did good and bad. Well, I wouldn't say bad, overall like decent. Alright, so let's go to hits and go to OK. Alright, I've been doing a lot of PvP recently, but if we go down to here, we'll find where we exactly started. So give me just one moment. Rightio guys, so this is the first battle report that I had. I was using at level 39 then, but of course I had my other big damage dealers using Guardians, and then we had Gandalf the White with the Ram Riders, and so I'm using 3 there to work with my skills, and then we're using the Swans on him. As you can see, obviously out-leveled in that, compared to this Head and Shoulders guy. Not super duper strong when it comes to respect levels in that. But yeah, this was just my first battle report. You'll see some crazy ones in a moment where I get in battles against a lot other stronger players and have some interesting results. But yeah, we did quite well there, as you can see. Then moving on from that, we got into a very close battle here with this guy here. So still level 39, like tanking it, not dying in the battles. So we can see here we had a respect level 14 Sauron with 52 initiative there. Sestaro, who does really good focus damage in that, at respect level 12. Then we got Lurtz, another big damage dealer, at respect level 11. And then Undying with his, of course, really good avoidance at respect level 9. So pretty solid battle breakdown there. Did a bit more damage to me, but overall pretty decent. Moving on, this is a really good one. So ryberg, as you can see, we did really good here. So you can see that we were versing his Undying, which is really good at Zenith level 10. Really good with thick armor. Completely really strong there with the Fallen. Sauron, of course, who always stays alive and very tanky. Respect level 13 and using the Trolls. And then we had Lurtz at level 49. And then we had the Shadow here at respect level 10. And yeah, that was a pretty good battle result there. As you can see, my damage dealer is doing a lot of damage. Old mate Gandalf White doing what he does best at his damage reduction. And then the same thing with Falgin. He's really trying to keep, like, he's keeping Dane alive really good. Bjorn always seems to die like a lot more easier than Dane. Not sure why, but that's how it works. But yeah, he's keeping Dane alive for the whole battle, which is really good to see. We versed Boris here, like we could show this one for example. We did a bit better on this one. Lower levels, but all full tier 4 battle here. So pretty tanky units there with the Fallen and such. We did 348,000 to 262. Yeah, but of course we got a few more levels. We went up to level 40 there with Falgin in that battle. We'll weaken that battle. We versed Batch again a couple of times. And then, okay, so we versed this guy called Poopies. We'll have a look at this one here. So, here he was using a bunch of trolls, a few tier 2s. I don't think he's very strong though, yeah. A lot lower respects. But still, like, did a decent amount of damage to me. But overall, all of my commanders stayed alive in that battle there. Alright, so this guy here, Ashes the Flesh, had all level 50s. This is where I tried and tested out to see if it would be better using all of the Ram Riders, but I don't think it works as good. Like, I received a bit more damage that way, especially on Bjorn. Like, Dane they work really good on, but on Bjorn I think it works better with Guardians on there. But yeah, Ashes of Flesh pretty decent, like respect level 13 Sauron there. We've got Alerts at respect level 10 full Warcry set. And of course, we've got the Sestaro and Shadow. So really good damage dealers there, really good formation. Moving on, then we got into a battle with Poopies again by the looks of it. Had a lot better result this time. We got the full white pretty much near there. And then just scrolling up, we got into a few more battles here. I'm just seeing if there's anyone new. Like, obviously I got into a battle with a lot of the new people. And yeah, guys, I think that's all of the battle reports. I think then I moved on and started using other commanders and that. Went and was testing out a Sealdor and that. Yeah, so overall, he's pretty tanky and strong, guys. And yeah, he's pretty good. If you don't have a Gandalf the White, for example, and you go the full commander gear build and stuff, he can have severe, really good damage reduction out. He's really good. Alright, guys, but we're going to wrap up the video there. So until next time, peace out, EJ's out. And I'll catch you guys later. See yous.
Of the EJU